Welcome to my latest episode of the Black Hole podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the individual, society, and culture, how they relate to one another, and what it means for you. Let's define some things first. The individual, of course, is the one person, the one by himself or herself. That's the individual. Okay, it's you, everything you can control, which is only yourself, your mind, your actions. That's the individual. A society is merely a collective. It's a collective of individuals that are coming together through some type of interaction. So let's say you, the people you interact with, the people you day-to-day basis are a part of your life. Even if it's someone you may just see occasionally or a coworker. Guess what? You're interacting with each other. You're working together. You're part of the same society. The culture, pretty much the program of that society, the rules of engagement of that society, the way that society does things, that's the culture. Everyone is an individual. Everyone has is some way or another part of some sort of society. Everyone has a culture through that society. It's not necessarily has nothing to do with your geographical area, your physical community. Has nothing to do with that, because my neighbors, for instance, I don't interact with my neighbors at all. We're not part of the same society. So you could be physically close to someone and not be in their society, be part of totally different societies. You could be in society now with technology. You could be in the same society as someone across the world. That wasn't possible before. But if you're interacting with that person on a day-to-day basis, interchange with that person, ideas, money, whatever, then you and that person are part of the same society. The society is a collective, the collective of individuals. It always goes back down to that basic unit is the individual. You know, we're all not the same. We all want different things. We are all individuals. We all got our own goals and things we want to achieve. We cannot do anything. We cannot achieve anything without being part of some sort of society. Well, anything greater than what we can do on our own. You're quite limited to actually what you can do on your own. You can go out to the woods. You can do that. You can go out to the woods. You can cut down a tree. You can build you a little house, habitation. You can hunt, live off the land. You can do that. Yes, that's possible. You know, if you truly did that, relied on yourself only, lived with yourself only, then yeah, you can live without being part of society. But the most you could do is that. Basically survive. You could do that. I mean, it's possible. You can go out to the woods, survive on your own if you have the skills. Yeah, but that's all you can do. Anything greater, any greater effect on other people or the greater world, you need to be part of society. Some societies are better than other societies because those societies accomplish more of their goals. Each society has goals, just like the individual does. The society will have its own goals through those individuals. That's why you see disparities, because some people are better at getting what they want. Thus, some societies are going to be better at getting what they want. That's why there's rich. That's why there's poor people. Thus, there's rich and poor societies, rich and poor nations. And that's where it comes from. Because the cultures of those societies that are less affluent, it's because those people, they haven't figured out how to get what they want. They haven't figured it out. It might seem simple, but think about what you want, okay? You want XYZ, right? You want these things. You gotta think how to get from point A to point B, to get from just wanting it to actually accomplishing it and having these things. That's where a lot of times people fall apart at. You see it oftentimes in personal lives, it falls apart. And you see it on national levels that, hey, these people don't seem to got their act together. That's because their culture is lacking in something. The problem with culture is once it becomes ingrained, people are following the culture for the sake of the culture. It's no longer the culture is a means to achieve what the society wants. The culture now is the end goal, is to follow that culture. Your culture exists to perpetuate itself. It no longer exists to achieve anything. It no longer exists to serve the goals of the society. If you look out through history, the civilizations, to me, I would say a civilization would be a collective of societies over a time period. If that makes any sense. Like a collective of societies over a time period will be a civilization. Time factors into that. You can't have a civilization over one generation. It has to be built. All these different societies equals a civilization. But you'll see some that the ones that were quicker to take in new ideas and apply the new ideas effectively, those are the civilizations that you hear about. Those are the ones that are in the history books that left a mark on the world. Just like the individuals, it goes back down to the individual too. The individuals that are quick to embrace new ideas, taking new things, apply them to themselves to improve the situation, are the individuals that get ahead in life. That's really how that works. So you have an individual culture, which is bred from your society that you're a part of. Your individual way of doing things, like how you function on a day-to-day basis, just you as an individual, how do you focus on a day-to-day basis? Do you eat healthy, go to bed at a decent hour, get sleep, take care of yourself, go to work, do your job at work? Those things are part of your individual culture. Do you plan out your groceries or not? All the little small stuff you do each and every day, that's part of your culture too as an individual, your individual culture. It may match up with the greater society or it may not, but these individual day-to-day things are important. Before you start thinking about changing the world, about your place in the world, about your place amongst other people in your society, in the collective, think about how you just do everything, the little basic things. Think about how your personal hygiene. Think about how you brush your teeth. Think about how you prepare your meals. Think about all that stuff first. Okay? Make yourself a strong individual. Because unless you're a strong individual, you cannot be a strong member of the collective of the society. If a society does not have strong members, then a society will be a weak society and have a weak culture. Those are my thoughts on the individual, society, the culture. And that's it for today.